Welcome to tape number 3. First category we're going to begin with is the kicks. In this belt requirement, green belt, you're going to have 2 kicks. Okay, scoop kick is the first one that we're going to do. Scoop kick is very interesting. It's a low line kick only. Okay, and the target area is for the shin bone, the knee, at the base of the knee, and basically that's about it. Those are the 2 targets where you want to use your scoop kick. But it's an excellent kick when you're very close quarter with a person in a trapping, grappling situation, because it doesn't require any room to perform. Boom, right here, there you are. I'm going to show it to you dynamically a couple of times. It can be done, of course, from the front leg or from the back leg. Doesn't matter. Pedro and I will do a few to each other so you get the feel for them, okay? I'm going to start with my back leg here. Watch his leg and my foot. 1, shin, knee, shin again, knee again. Okay, that was from the back leg. Can be done also, of course, from the front leg. From here, shin, knee, shin, and knee. And that's your scoop kick. Okay, practice it many, many times. Very good kick for close quarter. The next one is the slap kick. Very specialized kick. Not many martial artists practice that kind of kick. But I find it interesting and useful, especially when you have someone maybe attack you from the side, coming from your side, like this, okay, versus maybe being face-to-face with a person. Maybe in a multiple opponent situation, one in front, one to your side, this way. So you're confronting another person, you got one to your side. Your slap kick is like an inverted roundhouse. It's a little bit like an inverted roundhouse and an outside crescent, a little bit elements of both. From here, you bring your knee up, and you're shooting using the instep of your foot, the top of your foot, this way. Remember, in the street, you would have shoes also on, so it makes a good impact. So from here, bam, like this. The reason why it's called a slap kick is because it's like a slap. You're slapping into the person. Now, if you cannot kick too high, it's no problem. Midsection, sternum, solar plexus, lower abdomen, very low abdomen, groin, even inside of the thigh, this way. On the opposite thigh, if his leg is forward a little bit, bam! Good distraction kick. If you can kick a little higher, boom, into the body, boom, into the abdomen, into the groin. Okay? You don't have to twist completely, just a little bit of a turn of the hip. Boom. See? Not much of a turn. Boom. Okay? So that's your slap kick. The next area, we begin with strikes. Okay, we've done punches already. Now we do other different kind of hand strikes that we use in Combat Hapkido. The first one is the palm heel strike. Every martial arts in the world has palm heel strike. Okay, again, we lower your arms a little bit so they can see better. You're using the bottom, the heel of your palm, of your entire palm. Okay, and it's usually directed to the chin or the base of the nose. Those are really the main areas where you're using your palm heel strike. Of course, it can be used into the body, into the solar plexus, going slightly upward, like this. You can use it into the rib cage from the side. Very useful strike. You can use it in different parts of the body. As I said, most of the time, it's directed to the face. Let me show you from the other angle, just a little bit different here. Again, it can be performed from the lead hand, like a jab, or from the cross hand, reverse. Okay, so here, 1 or 1. Just turn your hip a little bit. 1, 1. Okay? In Combat Hapkido, we also use the full hand open as the palm heel strike. It's a little bit different. In other words, the whole hand goes into the face of the person. We don't have a different name. We still call it palm heel strike. Like this, with the whole hand, or bending the wrist a little bit, using the heel, 1, 1. Okay? The next strike that we're going to show you, again, it's martial arts strike. It's called the tiger mouth. Very effective, close quarter, fighting situation. You're attacking the tracheal area. Very dangerous, of course, so you need to be careful. Open your hand in a V like this, tight, with key energy, bam, and strike into the trachea. Try to come from low, going up in an upward movement. Reason is, if you go in this way, it's easier to block, to check, to avoid. When it comes from a a blind angle from down here, much harder to block, to avoid, okay? So more of a blind angle, one. Of course, this one too can be done from the lead hand, from here, maybe you're talking something, bam! Or from the other side, the cross hand, bam, this way. Okay, from the other side, just for a different view, again, same thing, okay? Lead hand, low here, bam, here, coming in, tiger mouth. Of course, the other side, here, twisting the hip a little bit. Okay, remember that once you strike here, you can turn this into a grab, into the pressure points of the neck. And then, of course, you can go for a takedown or something like that. But right now, we're just examining the strike itself. So, your two strike, palm heel, second strike, tiger mouth. We are back in the area of breakaways, okay? So, the first one. Now we're going to introduce a little bit of a new element again. We're going to introduce breakaway and strike at the same time, okay? They go together this time. There is no changing of hands or anything like that. They're very dynamic. In a street fight, you would see this happening like speed, tremendous speed. So from here, he grabs me, live hand as before. This time as I'm stepping in, angle my elbow into him, bam, and strike him in the head. Switch stance for me. Okay, watch what we're going to do here. Now remember, there is always a punch coming there, so my other hand always will come up for protection, checking, trapping, whatever I need to do. But from here, very dynamically, watch, wham! You're coming in. Now, leave your head here this time, don't move it out of the way, but I'm not going to strike it. Okay, from here, watch what happens, slow motion. Live hand, coming in. As I'm coming up and pushing with my elbow into him, I'm breaking away, but I'm continuing in one fluid motion, striking. Then as I break away, I can come back with a second strike. That is if I need to do that. Okay? One more time. Again, slowly, so you see all the details. From here, coming in, stepping, angling, striking. Following up if you need to. That's your first breakaway for this belt level. Number 11 breakaway follows the same concept of the one we just did. Only we're going to do a different angle and direction. This time, he grabs me, I step into him, the other hand is always up for protection, concerned about that. And as I break away at the same time, I'm going to angle my finger back toward me in a circular motion, shooting my elbow into his solar plexus. So when you see the technique all together dynamically, this is what it's going to look like. One strike, coming up, two strike, follow up with the third one, maybe on the collarbone or the sternum. Let's look at it again slowly. This is what you're doing. Open up into the live hand, step in, start angling the fingers, first to his face, but then finally, basically toward yourself. As you're breaking away, shoot the elbow into his body. His head will naturally come forward. Follow up, one fluid motion into under the chin of your opponent. Bang, this way. Then if you feel that he's still a threat to you, follow up by coming down with a shot, a downward elbow strike on his sternum or collarbone. One time from this side, get a little bit of a different view. From here, stepping in, breaking away. As I break away, I make contact. Remember that. Here, coming up, finishing. And that's number 11 breakaway. The next breakaway, number 12, will also include a strike that you just learned at this belt level. Okay? From here, person grabs you, bring the hand up for protection, live hand, same as usual, stepping in, angle the fingers toward his face, but this time make your hand into a tiger mouth right away. As you proceeding, just do it right away. Stay low as far as possible. Don't try to do something like this. Okay, you want to come from underneath, and you're going to shoot it out. I mean, in one movement, basically, this is what you're going to do. Okay, when you train with a partner, be careful because you're not going to attack the trachea, and that's very dangerous, as you know. So from here, one, as you push into it, he's going to let go here, so that's your breakaway. Striking, following up with a choke if you want to, some kind of grab this way. If not, just simply strike and retrieve. So from here, one more time. here, 1, into the trachea. Show it to you one time from this angle. Okay, same thing here. Prepare. Look, keep your elbow close to your body and point it downward. Shoot up, strike. The next breakaway is very dynamic. It involves a couple of different interesting movements. Okay? Again, from here, you will make your live hand. This time, step outside of his lead foot as he's reaching for you to grab you. Step outside of it with the same side leg. Bring his hand here for protection. Maybe even a quick distraction strike to buy yourself a second or two. So from here, bring up, step outside here. As you turning, watch what happens here. This is your breakaway right here. As you're breaking away at the same time, shoot in the back, lower back. His head will probably come back a little bit, follow up with a second strike here. I'm going to do it one time a little bit dynamically so you're going to see how the whole technique works together. He grabs me, 1, 2, 3. That's how it works. Now let's watch it again slowly. Grabs me, protection, stepping outside of his foot here, lock here. As you're turning, see, he cannot hold you. This is very uncomfortable. You've already broken away. From here, strike. As he comes back, strike again if you need to. The last of your breakaway is a very exciting technique. He grabs you this way, bring your hand up for protection, live hand there, as usual. This time what you're going to do, you're going to step across and under. So, open up your hand like this, and his arm at the same time. Now don't go too high, because you're going against gravity, it can pull you down, and it leaves you too open. A little bit is enough. You're going to crouch yourself down as you go under. So from here, step in here. This is your step, coming around, strike. Reach out, grab. If he has long hair, you can grab his hair. If not, his clothing. If his bare chest, is just grab his shoulder here. And what you do, kick the leg closest to you and take him down. Once it's down, finish in any way you want. Okay, we're going to break it down a little farther for you now. Okay? Watch. First part. Here, going out, this way. Crouching yourself under, stepping across. 1. As you're here, you see, he cannot hold you anymore. That's your breakaway. As you retrieve the hand and the leg at the same time, in one movement. Boom. As you're coming across, you don't just pull away, you strike in the body here. Then reach, grab whatever is available here, kick the leg closest to you, here, back of the leg, pull him down, finish. I'd like maybe to show it to you one time from the other side so you can maybe see a different angle on this technique, because it's a very important technique. Again, 1, coming out this way, cross and under. This is your breakaway here, striking the body, grabbing, kicking out, and then finish. You can go into an arm bar, wrist lock, all number of things. And that's your final breakaway. We continue now with the category of same side wrist grab. In this technique over here, you recognize a couple of elements from technique from before. Again, immediately distraction. 1, bring your hand up this way and trap, all at the same time. As you trap, continue to torque here. So you have him in this type of lock or into an armbar. But that's not where we're going to go this time. Okay, so from here, again, you distract, bring the hand here, trap it, rotate him. If he's very strong and you're afraid he's going to hit you or something, kick him quickly into the leg. Then step in deep into him, very close to his body. 1, this way. Reach out, grab his chin and twist his head this way, outside, while at the same time pushing him with his hand into the wrist lock. Very painful. Watch. Okay. Now, let's do it one more time. He grabs me. 1, 2, coming in. See, what I did here was an additional distraction with my hand as I'm moving in. Reason being because I didn't want to kick him. I was too close to him, so instead of kicking, I just hit the head, come in there. Okay? Let's pay attention to a couple of the details here. First of all, the hand coming around, trapping, rotating. Now, regardless if you do a kick or a hand strike, stepping close to him. See? Body against body, like this. Reach out, grab the chin, and turn the head. Continue to apply this lock here into him. Very painful. And that's your technique. The next technique involves a counter grab. Okay, this time you're going to do an outside counter grab, coming this way. Okay, that's your counter grab right there. So he grabs you, distraction immediately, counter grab, down with the armbar from this side. Let me show it to you one time from the other side also. A little bit slower this time. 1, 2. Locking him up with your counter grab. This could be a strike, or simply put your forearm down on his tricep tendon and take him to the ground. When he's in the ground, of course, you can go into all different kinds of armbar, wrist lock, etc. One more time, the initial movement. Again, distract, counter grab, lock him, your elbow close to you, attack right here. Take him to the ground. In the next technique, we're going to attack the fingers and also put him a little bit in a elbow lock here. What happens here? He grabs you, do a very good distraction, solid, boom, from here. Cross grab him immediately with the cross hand, come in from the bottom of his arm here. As you're doing that, as you're coming into a wrist, rotate your hand underneath and you're putting him into this kind of situation here. Now, once you have him here, a couple of choices, of course. You can dislocate the finger, or you can simply put him in a position like a come along or an ejection technique. If you were just simply going to throw him against a wall or something, just put the pressure up and throw him away from you. Let's examine this from this side for a moment. Okay, from here, this is the important part to concentrate on. Distraction, the hand comes from underneath here. The other hand, live hand, rotates toward you to open up the fingers, bend them under. Now, don't keep your hands away from you. Stay locked close to your body. And this is what the pain is. Now, you can go a little harder or a little bit gentler. Depends what you want to do to him. But this is your technique, and this is the important movement right here. The next technique is excellent as a come along and a type of escorting technique. Used a lot by law enforcement people to escort people out and control people. Okay, from here, what you're going to be doing, again, it's basically a counter grab from the outside. As you're doing that, after your distraction, of course, okay, any type of distraction, as you do that, you bring his hand here, the other hand comes into the crook of the elbow there. A quick shot with the tip of your fingers or a push, anything will do just to ensure that the elbow bends. Okay, it will not be as hard as you think. It's fairly easy. Once you come in this way, just bring him into you, the elbow right into your center mass here. Free this hand because you don't need it anymore, and bring it here for support. And now you have, some people call this the S or a gooseneck, whatever. This does not make any difference what you call it. And this is your technique for escorting. Now, if you want to be really secure that it doesn't try to reach with the other hand and do anything, reach the other side of the hair, grab him this way, and then you can move him around at leisure. Okay? Let's examine this side. What we're going to do with the hand. Watch carefully. 1, coming around here, bringing him here at the same time. You're doing this. Now, normally I'd be stepping in there. I'm just trying to show you the movement here so you have a clear view to this. Because this is the important part. Again, 1, coming here, bending the elbow. Push this into him. 1, step behind, you got him locked up. And this is the important part right here. You can use one hand if it's not too strong. You can use 2 hands if you need more support. And that's your technique. The next one, again, can be turned into a come along or a takedown. The choice is yours. In this technique here, again, good distraction will do the job. 1. As you do that, as you distract them, at the same time, push out with your hand this way. Make sure the thumb is on top. From here, come up from underneath with your live hand and strike the back of his elbow to weaken it. 1. As you see now, the arm is very flexible for you to manipulate. Just turn him in this way. If you want to turn this into a come along, simply place him there and walk. You have your come along. If now, we're going to do a takedown now. From here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 down. Once you have him down this way, continue this part, drop, finish. So. Okay, let's concentrate on the details now. Watch. From here, you do your distraction, come out. When I say push forward, that doesn't mean you let your arm go this way. Keep your elbow close to your body. 1, you use your body moving it. 2, this is your strike. From here, turn. You can use this as a support, like this, to take him straight down. Or simply place the hand here for an escort. Choice is yours. But this is a very uncomfortable position. So this is your detail right here. One more time from this side, real quickly. 1, 2, 3. This is what you want. Takedown or escort. Now, back into the category of cross wrist grabs. He grabs me, okay? This time, again, distraction. Depends on the position of my body. I can use my hand. If I'm a little farther out, a good kick will do. Immediately, counter grab him on the inside. Your hand is already ready there. Just counter grab him. With the other hand, at the same time as you counter grab him, attack the pressure point into the arm here. What you're going to be looking for is a pressure point right here. A little bit below the elbow on top. This is your pressure point. Okay? But don't worry if you can't find it. Heavy clothing, not everybody's a respondent, so don't worry too much. Even just pushing the elbow here will do the job for this technique. Pressure point, begin to turn and raise up. Step across and under. And take him down. And lock him up. Okay, from this side. From here, distraction, pressure point as you counter grabbing at the same time. 1. Now, instead of stepping across and under, you can just simply step outside of him and behind. Same technique, just a little different footwork this time. 1, stepping behind you, taking you down. And then finishing on the ground. Okay, let's review one more time from this side, because I want you to see this part very well. 1, 2, raise up, and then choose to step across and under, or simply spin behind yourself and under, this way. The next one is a very, very popular technique of joint locking. Every martial art has this technique in one variation or the other. Okay, some people call it the S or whatever, there's different nicknames. From here, kicking the leg to get a distraction and softening up, or a hand shot. Begin to turn around this way on the outside, but at the same time, you don't want him to pull the hand away, so trapping immediately. 1, come around here, push into him. You want preferably to have the elbow bent this way. From here, a couple of different ways of doing it. You can leave the hand this way and just cut down this way. The other way of doing it is actually wrapping around here into his forearm and still do the same thing. Once he hits the ground, you still maintain the lock there. You can finish with a strike there, hammer fist, or reach out, grab the hair, and pulling him out the other side. Okay, let's review one more time. He grabs. This is a very important part here. Distraction to soften him up. Trapping right away so he doesn't take his hand away from you. Here or here. Remember, the pressure not only is down this way, but is also with this other hand up into him. This is the effect, of course, that you want, going this way. So here, 1, 2. This is your technique. Finish. The next one is a very simple technique and very dynamic. However, be careful when you practice it with your partner, because you start, affecting the neck, the way you're going to twist and turn the neck. Okay, it can do a lot of damage. Person grabs you. Okay, in this case, if you want to, your distraction can be just simply moving in this way. Okay, because then you're going to attack the neck, but then you have to turn your hand on the other side. So it's better, if you remember, to kick the leg always in this case. So from here, 1, and pulling him into you. As you pulling him into you, 1, 2, this way. Reach out here, grab the side of the trachea on the other side, and jerk out. I'm going to do it gently with Pedro, of course. Twisting, you have your lock here, and then you follow up with the takedown. And as it hits the ground, you finish. Let me show it to you. No, better this side still. Okay, this side a little bit here. Watch what you're doing here, okay? You counter grabbing at the same time as you're kicking. 1, and pull him into you, and step into him. 1. From here, 1, twist out violently. You can leave him like this as a lock, or you can take him to the ground like I showed you before. Okay? But this is the part that you really need to practice. 1, step in and pull him into you at the same time, reach and grab. Here you got your tracheal pressure point right here. Be very gentle when you start twisting the neck of your partner. And that concludes tape 3 in the Combat Hapkido curriculum. This tape should have brought you to green belt. Okay, we'll see you again in tape number 4.